Today I'm going to try to change the rear shocks on my 2023 Harley Tri-Glide. First thing you got to do is turn on your ignition. This deactivates the alarm. Then go and pull out your main fuse, which is right underneath the side cover. Now everything should be good. Now you have screws on both sides that had to come off. Here's one, it's exact one on the other side. Then there's going to be 6 in the trunk, the lower trunk, that we're going to have to remove. Okay, now if you look in the trunk, you'll see you got this liner. This whole liner has to come out. You can just pull it. It's got Velcro on it. And you got to take that all out. Okay, I got the liner out. You can see there's a screw there, screw there. There's another one up in the corner right there. Over here you get a ground screw. I don't know why my ground strap's not hooked up. It's a brand new bike, but typical Harley quality. I found a lot of this kind of crap on this bike. Yeah, this ground strap should have been connected to that bolt right there. So these bolts all got to come off, and then once they do, you got the 8 bolts all out. You just lift the body right off after you disconnect your 2 wire harnesses, which I'll show you in a second. Okay, now looking here underneath the adjuster, there's a wire harness. You got to disconnect that one, and then you got your antenna wires here and the main harness that goes into the bracket. Disconnect them. Okay, as you can see, these are all the wires that are disconnected. Got the one that's underneath the shock mount, the main one, your CB antenna, your radio antenna, and this is your trunk pack. These ones right here, the trunk pack. Okay, I got the back lifted off now. You can see it was pretty easy coming off. I took the tour pack off just to make it lighter for my wife to get it off. But I'm just looking at the adjustments here, and it's hard to see with this cable in the way, but you can see right there where my adjustment is there. It's under 2 inches. And I go to the other side, and you can see it's over 2 inches. Now that's from the factory, unless the dealer screwed it up. But when you buy these new Harleys, you really have to go over them, because I'm finding the quality control is so poor that nothing's set up right. And yet here I am, I'm taking this apart, I'm adjusting everything properly, and I'll probably wind up voiding my warranty because they said I did it. Okay, now you got a screw over here. You're going to take that screw out. That's going to get your adjuster out. You got clips along here and along here. You're going to remove those clips, then they go right to the shock. You don't have to disconnect this hose off the shock. I've seen other YouTubers where they have. You don't need to do that. Keep the whole system together. That's exactly what the manual tells you. It tells you not to disconnect it. So basically we're going to have to take off the bolts on top and also on the bottom, and we'll replace this shock. Okay, now to get rid of this shock, what we have to do to take the shock out, we got to take this top bolt off on both sides, both shocks. Then we're going to raise the body to give clearance for this bottom to come out. And then we should be able to get that bolt out without having to take anything else apart. And it should come out pretty easy. Let's do it. Okay, this is the old shocks out of the bike with the new shocks next to it. And you can see I didn't have to remove anything else. Jacked it up so there's just enough clearance here to get underneath the frame. Your muffler may be in your way. If you're going to use a ratchet wrench, you're going to probably have to use a box wrench. I didn't have a 3/4 box wrench, but a 19mm fit. Okay, here's what it looks like with the new shocks in. The top and bottom bolt get torqued down to 55 to 60 foot-pounds. and they sit pretty good. You just gotta raise and lower your frame a little bit till you get these bolts in, but you do the bottom first while the frame is up in the air, because you got your clearance between your frame and your bolt. Then you just drop it down till you line up this top bolt and stick the bolt in there. And that's a 3/4 inch socket. I think I might have mentioned that. Okay, let's go move on, see what we can do.